Hey there, Ospreys. I'm Hannah Algie. Welcome to the Inside Swoop and 90 podcast. Today I'm here with Maddie Leonard.
Hey guys.
And we are going to be talking with her about Inside Swoop and some behind the scene things and what she does here. So Maddie, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Maddie. As Hannah introduced me, I've been with Inside Swoop for 2.5 years now, 2 years now. I started out here kind of doing just teleprompter and some really simple things and have just worked my way up, and now I am one of the Tricaster directors.
Nice. What are you majoring in?
I am majoring in digital video production, which is a concentration of communications.
Cool. When do you graduate?
I graduate this summer. I only have to take one class in the summer, which is great, and then I get the diploma.
Perfect. That's so exciting. What are you going to do after?
I'm looking into marketing now, doing the video side of marketing for a company, whatever it is. I'm excited to just get into it.
Yeah, for sure. I feel that. Okay, let's talk a little bit about what you do here at Inside Swoop. So what exactly is a Tricaster director do?
Yeah, so we are the person that kind of sits with all the buttons and actually keys the show. So our producers write the show and give us a script, and we have to make the show happen. We use a Tricaster system, which is why we say we're Tricaster directors. And it's basically just, if you can imagine, a big panel of buttons that have all of our cameras, all of the graphics that you see. We actually, in real time, punch all that in and cue all that up.
Yeah, it's very intense seeing it from behind the scenes for sure. There's a lot of things to know. And it's definitely not an easy job for you guys. You guys do a lot, so we appreciate it here.
Thank you. Yeah, we
love
it. We love it. It's definitely something that you have to love, and it's not for everybody, but once you get it, it's just so fun and so rewarding to be here every morning doing it, for sure.
Yeah. Have you done anything else here at Inside Swoop? Like when you started, did you start with directing, or how'd you start out?
Yeah, so I actually started out producing, and that's kind of what my specialty is in. I'm still kind of learning the directing side a little bit. So I started out writing for ComConnect, which is just the announcement show that we do here at UNF for the School of Communications. And then I graduated to doing Swoop Scoop, which is a 10-minute show normally, just kind of about the big breaking news, some funny stories, whatever kind of I wanted it to be. I started writing that, which was super fun. It took a long time, and it was definitely a learning curve, but I feel like once I accomplished that, I could pretty much do anything in the studio. I also anchor, so I used to anchor weather, and then we had some people take that over for me, so now I kind of get to do the more fun side with my Taylor Swift show, which comes out on Saturdays, and also the entertainment show, which comes out as well.
Yeah, for sure. Those shows are really fun. I'm really glad we have you doing those this semester. Do you have any funny little silly stories from being here at Inside Swoop for so long?
Yeah, so I have a bunch, but one in particular comes to mind. I was anchoring, I think it was it was definitely weather at the time, and we have 2 cameras set up, and we can actually, as anchors, move back and forth from one camera to, the second camera. And I had a great take, I was doing amazing, kind of getting all my words out right, and I went to transition over from my first camera to my second camera to, do whatever I needed to do, and absolutely ate it. So we have tape on the floor that kind of marks where we are, and my heel caught the end of it and splayed out. Still have it on camera. It will be in my blooper reel at the end of my time here at Inside Swoop, but that one definitely got a few people laughing, and I had a bruise on my chin for 2 weeks after.
Dang, that sucks.
Yeah.
I would love to see that video, though.
Absolutely.
We will definitely have to show that one to the world at some point.
Yes.
Let's talk about other UNF things. So
Yeah.
Did you go to Ozfest this year, or how did you feel about it if you didn't go?
So I didn't go this year, which was a little disappointing because I've listened to T-Pain since I was, a kid. Low was obviously my favorite song as a 10-year-old.
Of course.
It was amazing. But I worked that day, so unfortunately I didn't get off in time to make it there. But I've heard some other people's opinions, which I think were interesting. I've either heard it was the best thing I've ever been to, I loved it so much, or I could have just stayed home and been fine. So I was kind of sad that I didn't get to go and see how I felt about it.
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't able to go either, so I'm kind of on the same page as you, just kind of hearing things through the grapevine of how it was. But
Yeah.
have you ever listened to Flo Milli?
So I'm not the biggest into like rap and stuff. If I listen to rap, it's gonna be like 90s. So I had never heard of her prior to like it getting announced that she was coming. Which no shade to Flo Milli, like I'm sure she's great and all, but it was definitely kind of I wouldn't say shocking because I mean yeah, it's kind of a UNF move, but I just didn't know anything about her. There's like 2 songs that I knew from TikTok from scrolling, but from what I've heard, people actually really enjoyed her set, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, it sounded like it was a fun time.
Yeah.
For sure, and I'm glad they had like multiple performers this year, not just like one big like headliner.
Because I did go to Young Gravy.
Me too.
The year before, and that was interesting to say
was.
the least. Yeah.
It was very interesting. Do you know if they did, I don't know a lot about Ozfest, but do you know if they did like the whole like carnival type fair vibe thing again this year?
I'm pretty sure they did this year. I didn't do it last year because, fun fact about me, hate carnivals. For some reason I can't do it. I'm afraid I'm going to fly off a ride. So I like avoid them at all costs, but I'm like 99% sure they did it this year. At least my friends went to it. So.
Yeah, last year I went on the like Ferris wheel thing and at the end of the night with my roommate, and the guy who was like running it like would not let us off. He just kept going and going, and we were like, can you let us off? And he was like, I'm not letting you off. Like
thank you.
On purpose. He thought it was the funniest thing ever, and I was like, let us off, please,
just let
sir.
us off. This is why I don't do them.
And then my roommate was shaking the thing because she thought it was so funny, and I'm like, it was funny, but no, that's...
In the moment, it probably was not
It's not
funny.
the vibe.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about your background. What do you do for work? Where'd you grow up? That kind of thing.
So I am a Jax native. Grew up in Jax, went to high school in Jax, and probably my freshman year of college, I got a job at a local surf shop, Aqua East. I grew up with, the surf community around a lot of surfers, so it just felt like a good fit, and it's definitely a fun, like, high school, college job. It's not too like tedious or anything like that, so I definitely love going in, trying on all the bathing suits, seeing all the surfboards. It's so much fun. Growing up in Jax too, I've always been like a Jags fan, like not just a bandwagon Jags fan. I've been like a diehard Jags fan, which is painful for anybody who follows the NFL. So but, like, I definitely grew up going to those games. I had a little cheerleader costume when I was, like, 4 years old up at the front. And I still get season tickets every year, so definitely, like, Duval runs in my blood for sure. I love being here.
That. Yeah, I've always lived here as well, so we can relate on that. And we also both worked at Aqua East, so, so it's a fun little thing for us that we can relate on. Speaking of surfing, have you ever been interested or, like, looked into taking that surfboard shaping class here at UNF?
I did not know about it until my senior year, until actually one of the guys that I work with at Aqua East mentioned it, and I was so disappointed that I didn't have any room in my schedule to take it, because that just sounds like so fun. Like, if I had taken that, I'd probably be living in a van somewhere shaping surfboards, like, living my best life.
I tried to take it this semester, but it was full, and it's very, like... what's the word, like niche, I guess. Like it's not like the easiest of classes to get into, and it definitely takes up a lot of your time, I can imagine. But
I heard they build skateboards too in that class, you know?
I have no idea.
Okay, cool.
No idea, but it's definitely an interesting class. I definitely recommend everybody checks it out, because that's so cool. Like,
whenever
who does that? Exactly.
Again,
even if you don't care about surfing, it's just a part of like having that creation and like learning something
physics,
new.
Like someone who's really into that type of stuff, how it works. Yeah,
for sure. All right, well, thanks so much for coming on to the first episode of the Inside Swoop and 90 podcast.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we are so excited to see what else you do here at Inside Swoop, and then once you graduate, beyond us as well. But that'll be all for today's episode. Tune in next time for a new episode with a new guest.